Yeah, I want everybody to hear what you're talking about as well. Kind of like, what's your mindset around those days then? So if, say, for example, that Saturday, you're like, I've overeaten or I've eaten too much of the things that I knew I shouldn't have eaten, but then you've course corrected on Sunday. Is that, how do you mentally approach the whole thing? Because
Wake up
the angle, so like the angle that I'm approaching it from is with basically people thinking they've done something bad and they need to punish themselves and do something the opposite end of the spectrum, and they're never satisfied with the decision they make, so they always beat themselves up about it. And then there's also hate, there's the kind of like shame themselves and feeling guilty about it, and they keep going through that cycle. For me, that's not, obviously, I think for anybody, when you actually zoom out and break it down like that, that's not a healthy cycle to be in. But so many people find it difficult to break that. I'm wondering about what yours situation was it ever like that for you, and then you just shifted along the way?
Absolutely. Like, I think you end up going through phases. Like, I continuously binged. Like, if that happened, as in, and I would just mask it and just saying it's fine. I think I've started realizing for myself that course correction means planning and a bit of structure. So I'm not going to spoil the moment I'm in, right? Or if
Yeah.
I'm going to end up, and I think we have it, is if I have biscuits in my cupboard, it's going to get eaten, right? It's factually, I am going to be the one that eats it. My
Yeah,
girlfriend
exactly.
can eat a chocolate bar over like 3 weeks, and it'll be like little small bites. I can't do that. So one of the things is don't
Right.
have it in there. Or if I have it in there, know that I am going to eat at it. I am going to pick at it. So then that's going to be so that I don't end up having that self-hate. I don't end up having that guilt over it because I did the action of bringing it into the house. Now, there's other ways of doing it where I can get a smaller packet, or I just tell someone, okay, I just give it away. So I have what I want, and then I end up giving it to either my neighbors or something that I'm satisfied with it. I think food as well. If it's a big meal or something that I've done. So say for example, yesterday I went to my mum's house. Today I knew that at 1:30. So I was like, right, what's important? Sleep, waking up early enough, do a bit of exercise in the morning because that will help me course correct. That's the bit that will help me course correct because my mental state is saying that, right, if I've gone and done my sprinting, which we started doing in the morning, I'm not going to continue this bad cycle. I'm going to go back to eating my green beans and my eggs for breakfast. I won't end up doing it. So then I will just be like, all right, back to my structure, back to what I was doing, and it's course corrected. Like, what is it that triggers you to end up going back? It may be going back to the gym. It may not be. It may be just doing some yoga, something, doing your breathing exercises, something that helps you get back to saying, right, actually, let's just course correct.
That's big. That's because that's what it's about. Like, you can never expect yourself to be perfect, right? So, because if you do, you just set yourself up for failure. And instead of realizing that I'm not going to be perfect, but I have a system in place which allows me to get back on the track that I need to be on. Like, you've realized you've taken on an action basically, which is this action. If I do this, everything else falls back into place. That's amazing. There's so much right going on here.
I feel like I said this earlier. I was gonna just like, people listening to the podcast. Can we just come together and clap for a good 30 seconds?
Exactly.
Can we just give this guy a round of applause? I mean, come on.
8 p.m. on a Thursday.
Yeah. Just clap for Hemel, man, because it's so true. It's so true, right? And this is the thing, is that there's so many ways I can go with this, but
take it.
You've just got it, man. You've just got it down. You just got it down. Like linking it forward to who you want to be, where you want to be, why you want to be there, why it's important that we have to think about the wins we can have right now. Yes, you've fallen off the wagon. Cool. But I always link it back to that book by Maxwell Maltz, which a friend of mine, Anthony Sutton, recommended to me. What's the book called again? The book is called
Cybernetics.
Yeah. Cybernetics. Yeah. Hemel, you listen to this, haven't you?
Yeah.
You're talking about the guidance missile, right? The guidance missile knows where it's going to go, knows its destination, knows where the missile has to reach. But then when it gets pulled off its course by wind, by rain, by something hitting against it or whatever, it veers off, but then it also comes on back. You need that veering off process to then realign. It's a practice in itself. It's a rep in itself. The rep is, I'm going to push you off your course. Can you course correct? You know what I mean? Like, rather than kind of, I'm going to push you off your course, or I'm going to continue to spiral out of my orbit, and I'm going to crash somewhere I didn't want to be in the first place. You know what I mean? It's seeing the opportunity in the failure is everything. And this is what I'm hearing from Hemel right now, is that there's opportunities to fail. There's threats everywhere. You know what I mean? This analysis I've done on my board, which was a SWOT analysis, is strengths, opportunities, weaknesses, threats, right? And everywhere, especially if you're an Asian boy, right? Speaking from our perspective, being well fed in the home is a threat, because you get so many good repetitions with putting that spoon from here to here, here to here. You're great at it, right? But putting the spoon from here to back in the kitchen where it needs to belong, you don't do any of those reps, right? And it's what's that going to form? You know, what's that going to make us? Is it going to make us happy long term? Is it going to align us with the goal we actually have and set out for ourselves? Damn, no, it's not. You know what I mean? Like, we end up being miserable and upset, and then feeling like, you see these people that are almost upset that people around them are achieving their goals. It's like, because it highlights the fact that they're not achieving their goals. And there's too many of those in our households, right? There's too many of those kind of Asian uncles or cousins that are just jealous at you for actualizing the things you want to actualize on. And yeah, that's a sad thing. But hearing Hemel talk about all these things, it's I know that we've had these chats, but hearing it just like repeated back to me, it's like, it's just happy. It makes me super happy. And that's why I know also that you have everything within you to achieve the goals you want to achieve. You know what I mean? It's a matter of just showing up every day, and before you know it, you'll be that guy. You are that guy right now. You are, in the only capacity you can be right now, that guy. You've achieved it by showing up today, by doing the things you need to do this morning, the training, the sprints, sticking to the plan, eating correctly, course correcting from yesterday. You've ticked those boxes. You can't ping you in an oven and make you into that 40-year-old you talked about earlier. But today you are that guy. Like, in that realm, you look back on yourself and say, oh yeah, thanks for doing those things, because it's made me who I am today. And obviously I'm talking as like the 20-year-old, the 20 years from you version. But 100%. People out there listening to the gold that this guy's dropping right now. I would definitely pay attention to the one there about falling off your wagon and not beating yourself up. G talks about this again all the time. And I think subconsciously, I think I did this when I was going through my transformation, but seeing it from a client's perspective, from a different client perspective, who didn't go through the things I went through, but did in his own way. It's crucial. It's absolutely crucial. Just seeing where the threats are and then dealing with them appropriately. Like you just talked about portion control when it comes to going to your parents' house. Massive, absolutely massive, because you're still not going to piss anybody off, but you're still going to have the food, but you're not going to take on a couple thousand calories in one sitting. You know what I mean? That's not going to happen. Yeah, fantastic.